Chelsea can't score goals and absolute disgraceful refereeing in this Champions League night. Welcome everyone to the Casually FC channel. Welcome to our match reaction to the Dortmund 1, Chelsea 0 game. Yeah, counterattack in second half. Who was it? I forgot the player's name for Dortmund.
With an A.
Adeyemi, thank you so much, Ahmed. Ahmed coming in clutch, right on time. That's why we love you, Ahmed.
No problem, man.
Let's get him, man. All right. Anyways, Adeyemi puts it, gets past Kepa, puts it behind the net, and then we hit the post twice, and then have a goal line clearance from Koulibaly, and 21 shots, I believe, and we can't score a goal. So that's how tonight went. That's the quick overview of it all. To be honest, I have to rewatch the game. Unfortunately, I was mostly distracted because of work. But from what I did see, I can't blame Potter for this match. I think we deserved the win. I think there was plenty of chances for us to score. João Felix looked phenomenal. Enzo looked great as well at times. But Kai Havertz, you're just not the guy. You're not the guy. Today was a really shit performance from Kai Havertz. Absolutely invisible for most of the match, and when he did have his chances, really didn't make much of him. And I look at Potter in the sense of, if you had Aubameyang, you could have tried something else at least with a different striker. Maybe they make a different opportunity. Maybe it works differently. Who knows? Mudryk was a little poor today. It was nice to see Chilwell on the left, but it's just frustrating. It's frustrating that we can't walk out of this one with a win. I felt like we did deserve it. The refereeing was fucking shambolic. I felt like Bellingham and Chan should have been sent off multiple times on a second yellow, but we move. I'm not going to blame. We should not, this game isn't at a loss because of the ref. It's at a loss because we just can't put away our chances. But we'll start off with Andrew. What are your thoughts on the game, brother?
Disappointing result. The thing is, I will say, I can't. There's nothing. I don't know why people are staying Potter out still. There's nothing I thought he did wrong today. Although you can say the Aubameyang thing, but I've just put that to the thing that's it's not as if he was on the bench and refused to bring him on. He's just not on there. So that's aside. That's gone for me. Listen. As always, for the past 5-6 years, that's what I've been saying on every stream nearly. It's our finishing. That lets us down again. João Felix hit the bar.
Can you just inform this guy what Mount did when he came on?
He got a yellow card. He got a yellow card.
He got a yellow and suspended. So, yeah. No, thank you, Mason Mount.
No.
Proper chance.
What I can say is he made, apart from the yellow card, he made no impact whatsoever. Yeah. I'll just say this.
But yeah, continue. Yeah.
It's our finishing. João Felix he also missed a shot that went way over the bar.
First chance.
Koulibaly had one cleared off the line. Couple of half chances here and there. Listen, the game was very open. If you told me at the end of the game it was going to end 2-2, I would have believed you because it was that open. But it's just the finishing, really. I like bits and pieces of the play. Now you can't take him serious when he's doing that. So that comment right there. But I mean, listen, it wasn't a shit performance. Oh, from Havertz, yes, it was. Sorry, I do apologize. I got to read the whole message. Sorry, I do apologize. I thought he. Listen, I don't know. But the thing is, if I criticise Havertz, even though I call him shit, why am I then surprised if he doesn't play well? That's the thing, right? So really, my energy's wasted. I will say this: better finishing, and we obviously take something from that. Or obviously, away goals doesn't matter. But yeah, it's the finishing again. I will say this: I thought actually one bit I will say to Potter is I would have liked him to tell Kai Havertz to stay more central instead of drifting off like that. Because for me, he drifted off too many times and left João Felix alone, or with no actual target in the box whatsoever. Same applies to Ziyech. My criticism of Ziyech, is it really worth me criticising when I don't rate him? Do you know what I mean? Thought Chilwell did okay, did good. I think he got roasted a couple of times on the right-hand side in the first half. But yeah, I would have thought maybe a midfield change, maybe bring on a Kovacic or Zakaria for 30 minutes or something like that. A bit of foothold in the game. I thought Ruben Loftus-Cheek played very well tonight. I thought it's another solid game for him. But yeah, I that's the thing. When I see people saying, no one here said it, but when I see someone say Potter out or something like that after tonight's game, I don't know where I can really have a conversation with you in terms of why is he Potter out after this game? Because obviously you're going to say Potter out after every game, no matter what. Like, we beat Southampton 6-0, you'll probably criticise him that we didn't score 7. Do you know what I mean? It's stuff like that. But apart from the finishing, which is obviously the most important part of the game, it's just, I can't really criticise too much apart from that. We need obviously to finish better. Do I think we're going to beat them in the second leg? I do. It's 3 weeks away. We've got Kovacic and Zakaria coming back from injury. Hopefully Sterling's back as well. A few minutes under the belt. Maybe a couple of wins. Maybe a couple Kante back. Maybe a couple of wins under our belts as well. Get the confidence up. But I want to just note as well that I hope everyone's happy on the sidelines. He did wave his arms a bit more and he was clapping a lot. I know that's people are they're very conscious about that. You know, they wanted to do that. You know, I know when Sarri was here that he was doing that a lot and stuff like that. But, so I hope that helps everyone in the fan base feel like that. But Marsh, maybe Jesse Marsh. We don't know. But anyway, I'll let someone else speak. So,
all right, Ahmed, how you feel about the game, bro?
It was a disappointing loss. I thought that there were chances that we had that we could have put away. The chance that we gave to Dortmund, we sort of gave it to them on the plate. Shouldn't really have had Enzo as the last man there against Adeyemi, who was the fastest player in the Bundesliga. So it's not really that great, to be honest, either. I feel like the substitutions could have happened a bit more sooner, if I'm being honest. But
who do you bring in though? That's
I felt like Loftus-Cheek, or particularly once it was like the 55th, 56th, 57th minute, he was getting tired, man. He could have probably gotten someone else in there, maybe a Zakaria or Kovacic, but I could understand if he didn't because, maybe they're not, Matt Sharpless is not there and they've just come into fitness. So, you can't really blame him on that one. But I feel like I've seen enough from
that was a penalty on Kai, by the way. That was a penalty on Kai.
I said that too when I was watching it.
Yeah.
He did not touch the ball. He didn't touch the ball.
I just think for me, I saw a lot there that we can, if we take our chances at home, that we can beat this Dortmund side. They're not hard to beat. It's just about us being, willing enough to put a ball in the net. It's really as simple as that, man.
Yeah, I mean, you saw today, João Felix hitting the bar twice. Crossbar and then the side. I believe he hit the sidebar.
I only saw once. I only saw the crossbar once.
Yeah, he hit the crossbar, and then there's the opportunity from Havertz that he dribbles to the side, and then he hits the crossbar again. So, not the crossbar, I mean the sidebar. Go ahead, Scott.
I'll say there was plenty of chances. Overall on the game for me, I'm not too annoyed. It's not a good result, but it's only one. That's a result that you can easily beat in the second leg. And I thought, apart from two players, I actually didn't think the team played badly. It's just the same thing as finishing. I will say this is a game, this is a prime example of a game where you understand the people that say we need a proper number 9 in the team. Because when you have someone who, say a Vlahovic or an Osimhen or a Tony or whatever, if you have someone like that in the team, Aubameyang as well, and I will say that's one criticism of Potter I will have on this game. I've got two main criticisms of Potter, that being one of them from this game. Because it's if you have someone like that, number one, it occupied centre-backs, which Havertz wasn't really doing, basically any of the game. Mm-hmm. And when he did, actually, the one time he did was when he got a chance, and then he fucked up the chance. So, that's where you can look at it and go, that's where we need a proper number 9, and you can criticise Potter because this is an exact type of game where, if Aubameyang comes in, that's a different type of guy. But yeah, I've only really got complaints of two players, and that's Mudryk and Havertz. I thought that Loftus-Cheek had a good game. I thought that Ziyech was decent. I didn't think he was incredible, but at the same time, I saw enough good things from him that I'm Like, it was a positive performance. I thought same from Chilwell. Felix, I thought was incredible. Like, you can see that he is just a level above basically everyone else that we have in attack. But yeah, it's just the same thing. It's just finishing and then defensive errors. Like, the thing that I don't see, by the way, people talking about, or not very many people talk about from that goal that we conceded, is that all comes from Havertz missing the header or like not heading. Like,
that is true. I said that.
Yeah. My guy has a free header and heads it sideways.
That's it. Into Chilwell knocks it back in.
No, it was it Chilwell or was it, I thought it was Silva?
No, it was Felix. Yeah, it was Felix.
I thought it was Felix.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to hit it with the side.
He fucked that header up so much, and it's
no,
like
either or.
That's a technique. That's a technique, Scott. The ball from Felix didn't have enough pace. To create the pace, you have to swing your body. To swing your body, you have to be either facing a goal to swing. That's the motion. Or if you're sideways, the only way you can swing it, it's this way. You can't swing it forward and hit the goal. So, people don't know how to freaking play in the game, man. If you think that's, I don't know, like that's a technique. That's a technique how people play football. If you never hit the ball with your head in your life, you don't know how to hit it. So when you're saying stuff like he hit it with the side of a head, there's a reason why he hit it with the side of a head.
No,
because the ball did no, Scott. Because the ball did not have a pace.
Now, if you're going to come at me, listen to what I said. I said he hit it sideways. I'm not talking about technique here. I'm talking about the direction which he headed the ball. Instead of heading it forwards towards the goal, he headed it sideways out for a goal kick.
Oh, you mean Kai Havertz? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Technique was bad.
What was the motion of? What was the motion? Was he going this way or he's going this way?
So you're telling me it's a good header? So it's a good header, is what you're saying?
No, that's.
Okay, then call him. What's the fuck's his argument? So it was a poor header.
It wasn't a poor header. He had to make that motion because of the way the pace of the ball.
Don't you think he should have made it on target though, Alex?
Yeah, he should have made it on target, but it should be.
I think that's the argument.
But no, what I'm saying, like the blaming the goal on Kai Havertz when there's like a whole field of things that needs to be done and blaming on Kai Havertz, that's a freaking stretch.
I see where you're coming from, but if he gets it on target though, that doesn't happen, you know?
Good in the air. You're a striker who's supposed to be your best
header
when it comes from going forward is in the air.
I understand. You see, this is what I'm blaming on people when they don't know. Like, why? I understand if you would say, don't mention the goal we concede, just don't mention it. And just go at Kai Havertz, and I will not say a word to you. But when you're saying that by the way, we conceded a goal all the way from Kai Havertz missing the header, are you mad? This is just agenda, Scott. I didn't say that
anyway,
the header was awful.
I'm gonna carry on with my point before I got interrupted. Like, he had a horrible game. He is not good enough. I think Marshall said it best at the start. Like, he's not good enough. He's done. Like. What's annoying about him is every good moment he has, for example, the bit he does on Sule where he actually gets in behind. Like, it's a brilliant bit of motion, like the strength to be able to hold off a guy like that size. Did the hard bit. All he has to do is drive forward and just, like, have some conviction about him. Just try and place it or put some power on it to, like, score.
Did you think that was a penalty?
Hesitates. Regardless of if it's a foul or not, right? I didn't see a replay. I haven't seen a replay. I haven't gone back to watch it. Regardless if it's a foul or not, you don't give the referee anything to do there if you score. If you just score, the referee has nothing to make a decision on. Like, he could effectively go in 1v1 there, and he just hesitates and does what he always does. But yeah, like that. Him and Mudryk are the only two issues I have in terms of from a player perspective. Mount came on and did fuck all, but my expectations of him are so low that it doesn't matter.
He got a yellow. He got suspended for the next game. That helps us.
But that was a positive contribution. I don't have to watch him in the next game.
He's done more in that few minutes than he has in the past 5 games, and it's been a positive.
Wow, the comment of the year: a Russian telling Englishman how to play football.
Oh, shut up.
Thank you, whoever got that. Thank you, Mods.
All right, I got it. It's all right.
Why? It didn't.
You guys don't read the rules when you come into this chat. It's
no,
ridiculous.
no. You think that it's offended me? No, Scott, did it
No,
offend
I know
you?
it doesn't, but still, I don't want people fucking saying that shit on my
But
stream.
no. You know what? You don't need to remove them. You just need to.
No, I put him in.
expose them.
No.
5
Put
minutes.
him in a timeout. 5 minute
Oh,
timeout. 5 minutes you can think
It-
about how much of
even-
an idiot you are.
No. Like this is not. When it doesn't go like a. I understand why you.
5
was
minutes of
cooking?
you just sitting there watching Alex try to talk and explain and do everything, and you can't say a damn thing. You just gotta sit there and watch him. Hold it.
Look, I don't. I have a
Oliver and
class-
Chris.
I have a class to go. I have a late class today. So let
Oh,
me-
okay. All right, go ahead. Yeah, and then Oliver
I
and
don't-
Chris,
I
I want to
don't
hear
thi-
from you guys.
I don't think I actually. I was okay with the game. I didn't have a problem with Mudryk. I did not have problem with Kai Havertz. I did not have problem with. Well, I did have problem with Ziyech. Because
Alex, he got his cross-field ball again. Did you see it
no,
in the first half?
yeah. I forgot.
Ahmed, you laughed incredibly
forgot.
loud to that one.
I forgot about him. I actually forgot about him.
I heard you. You're there, Ahmed.
I'm definitely
Fucking
Look.
Noe Ziyech, you come to life.
Go on.
Look, I didn't have problem with Mudryk. I thought he was really good. He just getting his feet adjusted. If you give him
They need to
credit
find him more, Alex. They need to find him more.
yeah.
That's the thing,
Like
yeah.
for me, if you saying that Kai Havertz was bad, but you saying that Felix was great after those misses, I don't know. I don't know how good your technique is supposed to have, how good you playing around, but at the end of the day, it's still the end products is the ones that count. So for me, we played well as a team, and that's what I was impressed by until the substitution again. Exactly. Again, against the substitution again. So for me, Chu will probably gonna be missing again because I think he got hurt. So that's my feeling. The way he came out, I think immediately after that corner, I think he got hurt. So I'm not gonna say it. It's just my opinion. But anyway, the goal. To tell you the truth, the sequence between. I don't actually blame even what's his name?
Enzo.
Enzo. I don't actually blame Enzo. Enzo did everything. If you look at I wish I had a better angle to actually been 100% even more accurate on it because I didn't see the other angle from the different sides. If you will have an aerial thing, what Enzo did, he pushed him wide enough. I don't understand why Kepa came out.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
Why'd you
you
I
blame
so
do
much.
Kepa for that?
not understand to world
I was
of
waiting
me
for someone
why
to
he
explain.
came out. I
I
do
don't
not.
blame him.
Like I
And he
said,
was so
I'm
late as
reserving
well
these
coming out.
comments. I'm reserving these comments specifically until I see the other angle because I did not see
That's
the other
fine.
angle.
But I thought the same.
I'm looking
as
at
you
it
did.
now.
thought the
I
same
think
as you.
I think it's because the guy had like one last big touch, like the
Yes.
touch that took him past Enzo.
Yeah.
Looked,
But-
I think Kepa thought it was taking it further than he thought, and then he came out.
but
and
he did not do two
he
things.
came out, it's too late.
Yeah.
Exactly. He
That's
either
what I'm
came
seeing
out.
now. I got annoyed at the time as well, but then I'm looking at it and you can understand why he came out. To be
Also,
fair,
I agree
he
with
shouldn't
Alex.
have, but still.
I don't blame Enzo. I saw people in a group chat that I'm in, like going at Enzo or saying he should have like made a challenge. You don't make a challenge against
No,
that guy.
no. We need him in the next game.
I was
I was
running. I was
Enzo
like,
yellow.
do not slide, do not slide, do not slide, do not slide. I was like, even if he scores, I don't care. I was like,
Yeah.
do not slide.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
do not
rather the
slide.
1-0
It's
loss
not-
than Enzo
it's
out.
You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to jockey and hopefully someone
Yeah,
supports you.
Exactly. You run beside him and
It's
try
a
to
tricky
push him wide
situation to
enough.
be in.
Who do I actually blame for that? Because this isn't the first time I've seen that. It's the fucking like the set
It
piece,
happens
right?
to Chelsea way too much.
I
My
was gonna
God,
say,
how many
it's-
times
I
has
blame the-
Jorginho had to be tracking back either
Yeah, I blame
mistake
the
he's
set
made
piece,
himself or
Harry, this is a carbon copy. Was it the United game or what game was it where we had the same thing happen where Jorginho's by himself
yeah.
defending?
Well,
the
but
set
he
piece?
tried
as well.
So when he tried to
control, he tried to control his aerial.
No,
ball.
I agree, but it's the same thing, Alex, where we've got one person back defending a corner. That's dumb.
Did it happen
It
in
was
Even-
Sancho,
Zagreb
it was
too?
Sancho, wasn't it? It was Sancho.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
this has
It
happened
even
before. It
reminds
happened
me
on the 2-4. I don't know who was
Zagreb.
doing it.
Tuchel,
Like-
Zagreb.
He even,
Yeah, I don't know-
he even reminds me of when when Lampard used to leave Kante on his own to defend
Yeah.
transitions, and we got counted on against Man City. It's
Kante
just
did
like,
couple
why
of
one
times.
man?
Kante did
Why
versus
why
Arsenal.
one man though? It's
I was
never
gonna
it's
say,
never
you
good.
never leave 1-on-1.
That
It's
was-
always
it
2v1.
was
Always.
You only
2v1.
need one man when it's late in the game and you're literally like 90th minute
Listen.
chasing a winner, sort of thing, or chasing an
Yeah,
equaliser.
so
It was
for-
too early in
as-
the game.
Let me finish. So what I was saying is like, look, for me, I will reserve that comment until I see the angle on it.
Cool.
But I don't care. Like you didn't. If you coming out, you have to judge the first touch. But the way the angle of the field, it was actually pushed them away from the goal. So no, I don't care. It wasn't 1-on-1. There was not 1-on-1 versus goalkeeper. There was not a point in this game where it wasn't 1-on-1.
He'd only just gone past Enzo.
Exactly. Kepa made it 1-on-1. Because if he would have seen the Kepa did not come out, because he beating him, he had to hit the ball with the pace at the
Kepa made his
goal.
decision for him. Kepa made his decision. for
Kepa
him.
made the decision poor. What Enzo did, he did everything the defensive midfielder is supposed to do. Stay on the feet and push him as wide as you can. Don't do nothing. Just run beside him. That's all you're supposed to do. Again, like, look, for the game, I wasn't upset about the game in the first place because I just want to see Arsenal fans cry because I watched both games at once, and I was singing Jorginho, Jorginho.
You had a brilliant game, Alex.
Okay, sure. 3-1, brilliant game. That's the Chelsea level, you fraud. Every time, you see what I'm saying? That's why. But anyway, there's a gal was crying on terrace like literally in tears. That was the best thing that ever happened. But yeah, I wasn't upset with performance. I'm upset with substitution again. And if you expecting what's his name player to come out like what's his name the Mudryk, and I still think he did well. Him and Koulibaly was actually jamming on the left side. Like they knew which one is supposed to be overlap, which one. They played well. That's all. That's all. I really didn't care about like I said. Championship League is still the one that I will be upset if we lose after the second match. But this, the way we played, this is the hostile thing to come.
Plus, we have, you know what?
I'm not as upset as the other one game.
We have now 3 weeks. We have 3 weeks to the second leg. Okay, we already have Kovacic and Zakaria on the bench. Okay, we're gonna get more game time. Hopefully, Chilwell's not injured. Gets more game time. Hopefully, even then Sterling is back. And some part, it's just looking at the bench. The options weren't there after looking at that bench. It was like literally.
I mean, look,
Kukurea is a bag.
even
of
if
shit.
you want to, even if you think that what's his name, even
I'm
if
talking
you,
about game-changing stuff.
yeah, Chukwuemeka was still there. I still
That's what I
think
mean.
it was.
That's the only. I'm really.
I think the whole thing with Aubameyang stresses me.
I wanted to get more minutes.
I think that's Potter's weakest point is making substitutions, both one at the right time and two actually making a good substitution.
It's always a fun deal.
Kukurea is a bag of shit. He's so fucking bad. He just infuriates me. I don't know if I'm seeing other things, what other people see.
I don't think he
mean,
was.
It's
the only-
just so frustrating to watch. Like it's
The only
more like
bad
the
thing
way he carries him. He's so erratic. It just
The only bad thing
it
about
does
him
not
today was
put
his
any
crossing.
confidence in me.
I was
The only
saying,
bad
He
thing
doesn't
Maybe
have a
it's
crossing. That's the thing. When did you expect Kukurea to have cross? Did you watch them at the?
I didn't expect it.
Brighton
I'm just saying
cross?
that was the only bad thing. I thought his
Well,
passing forward was
I-
okay.
This is
when
what
he was
you
jumping
see,
in and punching the ball in their area, and then complaining when he gave away a free kick, and he's saying to the referee like, "How is that a free kick?" And just does.
Oh
my
my
head
god!
in.
I mean that referee can do one
I know
anyway,
the
'cause
referee
Can-
was shambolic.
Can and
but
Bellingham
still.
should have been
Mount
sent
did
off.
the same.
He just
did
gives
the
me
same
more
thing.
ag
Got
than
yellow
anything else.
card.
Like, so frustrating
Mount
to
did
watch
the
him
same
play.
thing, even worse.
Mount
That
benched
stoppage
himself.
time. That's
Can I also say that I've seen them. Like, is this just
It was a
online?
favourite,
I
if you
should
ask
stop
me.
referring to them. But some people are having a go at Potter for not jumping in. You know that little scuffle.
Yeah.
They were like, just
Yeah,
any
Frat Kai
excuse
was
to-
the one. Frat Kai was the one.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what
but
did
it's
like, what did they want him to do? To go in and start uppercutting people?
see,
instead of that?
I will
Scott was
expect-
on top of
I want
it.
him to,
They'll be
like,
like, please stop
we're
fighting.
so
Please
used-
stop
They
fighting.
need to swing, man. They need him to swing.
We're so
Yeah.
used to managers. Every other manager before would get stuck in. I think that's what we're
No,
Do you
but
reckon,
they wouldn't.
he has too
You
much
see-
of a nice
you
side
see,
to him then?
I
Because he
would
just
have
sat
done
there
that.
and just
Bro,
watched it.
no,
You see, if it was me manager,
He's
I
such a
would
wuss,
get it.
isn't he? He's such a wuss.
I know you would have done that, but to actually
Yeah,
like,
but
go
I
in-
will get suspended. I
Exactly.
probably will be the most missing person on the Chelsea bench if I will be Chelsea manager. I will be
maybe-
suspended every other game.
Maybe I was gonna say, you know what leaders do, like captains, like they get in the middle and try to like break up. Maybe Parker had done that. That's about it. But he can't.
Well,
like,
Aspilicueta have done that.
yeah,
Oh,
Aspie,
by the
Aspie,
way, Bellingham was lucky not to get. I know that yellow first red card was mad, but that second yellow, he should have got a second yellow. For that.
Yeah,
him
yeah,
and
he
Emery
should've,
Chan,
yeah.
I swear to God, him and Emery Chan, this game should have been sent off on
Oh,
a
we should have
second
finished
yellow.
as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like the refereeing was absolutely horrible.
I know, but
Absolutely
I
fucking
don't want to
horrible.
get. I don't.
Yeah.
That's that. I don't want to sidetrack on that because
You know, but
we should have done
no,
better.
but
That's it.
the refereeing was so bad that like it reminds me of the like button that's not being smashed. There's 75 of
That-
you watching. Smash the like button. There's memberships available. You guys can
there's
go
the conversion
ahead.
of Joao Felix there.
Yeah, there you go. By the way, look at Lukaku is in the chat. You can get that emoji, thumbs up merchant. You can go ahead and get that by becoming a member. 99p. But yeah, boys. So Graham Potter being criticized for that. I don't know what the hell he's gonna do. It's like, well, is he gonna
Get him.
walk in? Is he gonna walk into like the crowd chest up with his like manly aura and just break apart the fight? Like it's not gonna happen. So it's not much he could have done from there. I don't
What?
care
I
about the
don't
criticism.
understand. Even Mourinho, why would he he only thing he would have done is poke somebody's eye?
That's true.
Maybe.
Are the only thing.
Oh my goodness. Oliver and Oliver,
Oliver
I haven't
goes
really
first.
heard much. Yeah, I haven't heard much your reaction to the game. What'd you want to say? What'd you want to add?
Yeah, I'll be brief. I'm only just going to add a few bits because I think everyone's kind of summarised it quite well. It's
Yeah.
just tiresome at the end of the day. It feels like we replace our attackers all the time,
Just can't
and yet
win.
the finishing never seems to get any better. Like, is it something in the water? I don't know, but yeah, like I alluded to earlier, the referee was shambolic. That there should have been 2 second yellows, one for Bellingham and one for Chan. I think there's a difference because you did mention you can't really put it down to. You can't put this result down to those decisions, but I think it's a bit different because in the West Ham game it was one decision, whereas in this you've literally got 2 men that shouldn't be on the pitch, and that completely changes the way the other team defends and the way they attack. I think it could have definitely played into our favour, but then again, we are Chelsea. We are impotent as any team in the world. So I don't know. I'll just end off by saying, because I don't think anyone's mentioned him here, I'm just going to praise Koulibaly because he
solid,
came in.
solid.
He came in today. Obviously Badiashile has been, and he deserves it. He deserves it. We've been harsh on him, on this channel because we did expect a lot more from him, with his reputation of being a world-class defender. And Badiashile has come in a very short space of time as a young player and upstaged him. So he's definitely come back. This performance is promising, I have to say. So hopefully he can carry it on when he next gets his opportunity. I don't know when that'll be. Probably, most likely, the home leg of the Champions League. But good performance for him today. I didn't expect it. I personally would have preferred Chalobah to start. But in hindsight, I don't really care because he was fine. So big up to Koulibaly.
Real quiz. Koulibaly gave us our closest chance. You agree?
Did.
Pretty much.
It should have stood if that bastard
Yes.
got a red card, but yeah, it was a good block from Chan, but he shouldn't be on the pitch. Yeah, Koulibaly had another good shot. He almost had a second goal of the season, but Koulibaly, he was to me probably man of the match for us, maybe, or Reece James. I thought them two was two brilliant players from the defense. Yet again, our defense doing really good for us. Enzo as well was perfect. I feel like with Mudryk, people saying he's not doing that good, but I feel like he hasn't really played the full season. With Shakhtar, obviously his country's been invaded, so he can't play every game. Obviously, but so yeah, I think Mudryk's just missing a bit of sharpness. I thought we had a good performance first half, especially. Same with Felix. I think the only thing what let Felix down obviously was he missed his chances. Like that's the only thing he let him down today, because he turned to Timo Werner when he went to those 1v1 situations. He hit the crossbar where Kai Havertz actually created a really good chance for Felix there, and I think that's the only thing I can really think of.
I don't. You know what? Hold on. No. Technically, he did, but if I had to be honest, I think Kai Havertz had a shit pass to Felix, and Felix happened to just let me go this way and beat the defender on a dribble.
Nah.
I think Felix made that opportunity more than Havertz, and you know how generous I am towards Havertz.
I know you like Havertz, but that's why I find it kind of shocking. You thought that was a bad pass. I thought it was a great pass to him, and it
was right to Felix's feet, and then Felix dribbles past the defender. It's just, I think that was more on Felix than it was Havertz, to be honest.
It's been like an hour or something. As I remember, he passed it, a good pass to him. He got through and had that shot and hit the crossbar, unluckily. But yeah, it was a good performance, but we didn't get a result again. We keep falling short. I do expect it to take time with this new type. We have Mudryk in now. We have Felix in with him as well. We have Kai Havertz playing with these new attackers. If we're going to stick with Kai Havertz, and who is it? Ziyech or Madueke is either going to be one or two. Switching maybe. Yeah, I think we have to give it time with it. We've got Southampton where we should really get a result. They are a poor side, but so are we. We're quite poor ourselves, but we should get a result against them. So, yeah, it's one of those games for me.
Boys, what do we do with the Havertz situation at Champions League level, though? There's really, we're stuck with him.
You got to
persist. There's literally no alternative, because if people mistake that David Dattra Fofana is in the squad, he isn't, because he's one of our signings in January. So the only other alternative would actually be an academy kid in the B list.
And the only academy kid that was even potentially ready, I think, we sold to Tottenham. And to be fair, I didn't even rate him that highly anyway, the guy we sold to Tottenham. But he was the guy, he was probably the closest player from our academy in terms of a striker we could have promoted.
Sun Sabdal, right?
Yeah.
Hear me out. Sold. Hear me out. And I don't even want this. The only other way you could do something, if you persist with Ziyech on the right, is if you play sort of Sterling in the middle. A sort of a run.
Oh yeah, because he did play in the middle earlier in the season.
It's the only thing I can think of, and I don't really think they'll do that. But it's the only.
That was actually his best form when he played in the middle.
Well, I'm just saying, if you have him being that, only he has to rely on his pace, and he'll stick closer to probably Zhao, and he has a feeder from there, and he can run on and maybe score. But that's the only other alternative we have in terms of our squad moving forward. I don't think
the only other thing I think you could potentially do is that may work when everyone's fit. Is you go actually. I don't know if actually. The more I think about this, I don't know if I want it or not. Is you maybe go Zhao at striker and Pulisic in the 10.
Maybe.
You go Sterling on the right.
Do you put Pulisic a bit more further? Maybe. I don't know. I just don't know.
So, I figured, let's go over the goal. I have it right here. Because I feel like I kind of agree with Scott. I think if Havertz puts that on target, we don't get that counterattack. And I'm just saying. Hold on, I got it right here.
The thing is, I don't put all the blame on him, but I think he needs to take some blame.
But
I don't
part of it, yeah.
You should have to put that on target.
I was gonna say that's the basics. Just put it on target. And the fact is that it's going wide as well. That's what's play the clip.
I mean, also though, okay, now that I'm rewatching it, why doesn't João Felix put it on target?
Because that angle was impossible.
I was gonna say.
I know he's reacting.
How is that more than a guy? Oh my god.
So it's
what?
And you continue to play. It gets bounced out.
It's about where he's standing. He literally doesn't have enough time to reposition his body posture in order to direct that into that corner. He's literally standing. The ball is coming directly at his face. He can only head it back out to try and create another chance for
I'd
one
say
of his
all he
teams.
can do is he can't head that on target. The only thing he can do is head it back across goal.
I agree.
There's just not enough time. There's just not
I
enough
don't think you
time.
can blame the header there at all.
But yeah, Kai Havertz probably should have put that on target, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then if we fast forward a little bit to the Enzo part,
I think Mudryk can do better here though. Tracking back, we know his pace. He has to be doing better there.
And see, I know what you guys are saying about like Enzo shouldn't have found him, but he could have possibly found him in his own half. He would have only got a yellow.
big up Chris.
So,
he wouldn't-
That was so much pain to do. Sorry.
You're talking about the quickest player on the pitch and the quickest player that's ever been
Just
registered
set it
in the Bundesliga.
I know, but
and with that
I
ref as well, Andrew. Like, if it was a different ref, I'd maybe agree with you. But he's 100%, like, he's 100% getting a red there if he brings him down.
Can you just rewind it back? I just want to see Kepa's movement, like just from there. Just don't pause it.
It's
no,
late.
sorry,
Yeah, that's
sorry,
late.
sorry.
That's late.
Just now
Quite
go.
late.
Just go. No, don't pause it. Don't pause it. Does he like diver right before? I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at it too much.
It looks like he.
I feel we
It
are.
looks like he. No, it
Does
looks
he
like
stop,
he stubber, like a stutter,
Yeah,
like he did
yeah.
like a
Does he
little
stutter
stutter,
there?
like I think he took off and then he kind of like changed his mind.
Like he wanted to go back or something.
Yeah.
I
thought,
think
okay,
maybe he's a little bit too hestant, but
No, I
it's just- I
actually
thought it's just me.
actually take
Yeah.
away from like there. I don't think it's on Kepa. I don't think it's on. I think it's a good from the forward. That's it.
I agree.
Yeah, you're right, Jim. He should have just committed, shouldn't he? Should have just committed. Yeah.
I was going to say the most
it
that
will
happens.
be harder. It will
I was
be
going to say the worst that happens there if you commit is you maybe give away a penalty, but at least you've got a chance
Yeah.
to save it. Then. Like you hesitate and
Red
it's like
card,
he's
though.
beaten you.
But he would have been sent off. He would
No, he
have
wouldn't.
No,
No, he wouldn't.
No,
No,
wouldn't.
Kepa wouldn't have been.
But keepers don't
There's
get
no
sent off.
double
He would have
jeopardy.
been-
There's no double jeopardy anymore. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Keeper, he
It's
wouldn't have
only
been sent
outfield
off.
players.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, okay. Fair enough.
And I was going to
No,
say
I-
because of the fact would have been Adeyemi would have been moving away from goal. Technically speaking, it wouldn't have been classed as denial of a goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah.
So he would have been yellow. It would have been yellow, and he would have been fine.
Yeah, they changed the rule, didn't they? So
But if he got a yellow, he would have been
I don't
sent
actually
off.
blame anybody for this goal.
He was already
No,
on a yellow.
Why would he
Was
got a
he?
yellow?
He got a
What?
yellow
What?
earlier in the game. How are you guys
did?
not missing?
No, he didn't.
He got
No,
a
he
yellow. Who got
I'm
a
not
yellow
kidding.
early in the game?
Thiago
Kepa.
and Reece James. Kepa didn't.
James did.
No,
Yeah.
oh, I thought we were talking about Enzo. I'm sorry.
No.
Enzo
Enzo got the
Yeah.
yellow.
No,
Yeah, Enzo got a
Enzo-
yellow earlier in the
Enzo-
game.
that whole passage of play, Enzo does nothing wrong. He can't do anything else but try and jockey him. And again, as like he's dealing with the fastest
Yeah, I
player
just
on the pitch.
misunderstood what you guys are saying.
Yeah, Enzo does nothing wrong with that whole process. Like that whole passage of play, Enzo does nothing wrong.
No, he's relying on hopefully a defender can come
He's
quick
done-
and help him.
He's done more worse because of this goal than Kai Havertz and Enzo.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
did-
if you blaming Kai Havertz for this, I blame Enzo more than Kai Havertz.
I'm not even. But
That's
you're
an angle.
already saying blame Enzo, but people are saying blame Kai, right? Is that you're already...
No, they say, like Scott saying
No, no.
that, he's blaming Kai.
Ah, you
He
almost
went
stopped
just, he
I
went
mean, I
just
didn't say
under
I
his
blame
glove.
Kai. I said
didn't
he
see that.
takes some blame.
Well, all 11 of them take a blame for it. But
Well, no, but I guess
I mean,
I guess
no.
it's. I guess
Kai
it's
takes
more-
some blame because if he gets his header on target, that's probably a goal. Or at the very
That's better
least, it's a
technique.
save from the keeper.
I'd rather him hit it over, so at least get back to shape as well. But or why, like just nowhere like in danger like that. But
this is
Happens,
why
it happens.
this is what I'm saying. If you want to blame somebody, blame Kai for not scoring. Don't blame him for the conceding, because he has nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
Absolutely
the fact that he didn't
nothing.
score meant that we got counter-attacked. Like, as Ike says, score that header, we're not in that position. Like,
or
It's
just,
just. Listen. It's just.
I'm sorry, man.
That's
but
the
this is
difference.
just
That's,
too
that's all.
much.
It's in
This is too much.
big European games. That's the difference, isn't it? You go from one end to the other. You should have scored, and then they score. It's just.
Really unfortunate too, because Kepa almost saved this.
he
It
did.
goes right under his arm. Didn't get low quick enough. unfortunately.
As much as I want to blame anybody for this game, I really can't.
I got worried.
First of all,
doing his hamstring.
like, look, how many posts, how many things that happened before that.
It's not. Listen, it's a multiple of mistakes in one sequence. That's what it is. First of all, having just one player back there is a mistake. You know what I mean? Having one player back there. I mean, I want either Reece or someone else back there, someone with a bit of pace back there. Do you know what I mean? So it's one also of those, like because Enzo's a quick player, but he's not explosive quick. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not pacey quick. You know, but.
Well, if Scott's saying that this is the fastest player in Bundesliga, I don't care how fast as Enzo is. You ain't catching that. Believe me, can you imagine if there was the Avo number 5 was at Chelsea?
The other 5 would have intercepted before got there.
He would have been taken off with the red card. I promise you.
Maybe
because he would have taken him off.
Maybe.
Imagine we had both, huh?
Yeah, but come on, Arsenal fans. Georgie, let's do it together. Jorginho.
Hey, they haven't won since he got there. He's doing.
He's doing the business. He's doing the business.
Alex, he should get a statue at this rate. Do you know what I mean? Outside of Stamford Bridge.
Ruin his Champions League up. Ruin his Premier League winning season for Arsenal. So hey, why not?
Hey,
I mean,
you know what,
like,
I'm here for it.
The counter-attack's one thing, but it still all goes down to me that we didn't take our chances.
That's true.
We had to post 3 times. Before that. So
it's the same thing as the last game. It's the same thing as the West Ham game.
Same thing.
We didn't have that clear of a chances in the West Ham.
But the thing is that,
nothing.
But that's unfortunately in the high-profile world of managers. That's the difference, isn't it? We're talking about two games where. If we'd have finished properly or timed our run properly or been awake at the back post properly or something like that, we're walking out with 2 wins or a win and a draw or something like that. It's just them at the moment. It's the fine margins, you know. You get away with it sometimes, you don't get away with it. That's life. It is. That's life. Yep, that's life, guys. Yep.
I mean, yeah. I'm looking at this Havertz opportunity too. Oh my God, Havertz, fucking A, bro.
Is that the one that he got tackled for?
No, it was the one where he runs right into the defenders.
Oh, that was that.
That usual then for him.
Yeah,
running into a cul-de-sac. Honestly, like.
I mean,
I tell you what. If any, I got a question. I don't think if people are blaming Enzo, I don't think it's Chelsea fans blaming. If they are, take a look at yourself. But I think it's just the rival fans. Like anything to take away from Enzo.
Doing? What's this fucking dumbass doing?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait,
rewind it, Marshall. Please rewind it, bro. This fucking idiot. Bro. No, rewind it, fam. He literally. Keep going. This is a carbon copy, by the way, of the Fulham game where he did the same thing, where he runs in the wrong direction. Look at the space. Look at this fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why didn't he go this way? Why didn't he touch the ball in this direction? Like, I think he would have been able to get something.
I now understand. By the way, for as bad as he was, I now understand the argument of we sold the wrong German.
I don't know.
That's such a hard question to ask.
Hey, Sammy in the chat, you're my guy and everything. You think I sound like Potter? Maybe, but what I'm saying is, the guys will know this. I don't like losing, but I don't like losing when we don't try, or we don't play well, or something like that. I don't like losing generally, but today I'm like, the result is bad.
Class starts.
Yeah, go to detention.
This guy,
detention.
Write him up. Give him a slip. Later, Andrew. Alex.
It's like what? The only bad thing I can take away from it, apart from the result, is the finishing. Right? I can't do anything else. It's like I sound like what in Potter's interview. What is he supposed to come out and say? Like, I don't even know what he said, but is he like? Hopefully,
Havertz is shit.
Yeah, exactly right. Hopefully, he mentions that we should have taken our chances, and he's right. We should have taken. He can't do anything more on that pitch than pick the lineup, which no one complained about, by the way. Maybe a little bit of Ziyech, but that was it.
Speaking of which, sorry, can I just interrupt and say, speaking of which, We talked about this guy having the balls to drop players. Mason Mount sat on the bench 2 games in a row, and we've been better off
Twice
for
in
it.
a row, yeah.
And
honestly.
Gallagher.
And to be fair, like when you look at the lineup, this is probably the best lineup he could have made for what he has.
And he dropped Cucurella. He dropped Cucurella as well. That people have been wanting. So
yeah.
You know, what more?
So I can't really blame him for the lineup at all, really.
And everyone can go on about Aubameyang. I understand that, but the decision's been made now. You need to get over it. Do you know what I mean?
Unfortunately, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I mean. You need to get over it. So, and they need a scapegoat as well. We also expect tactics. Hang on, we also expect tactics. We had tactics. What are you talking about?
How many chances we created, though?
I was going to say there was a clear way of playing and a clear setup. Like you could see as well, because they mentioned this on commentary when I was kind of listening to the game on my way home from work, because I finished when the game started, and they talked about on commentary. You could clearly see when we were in attack and when we were in defense, it was a clear change where we went for a solid 4-4-2 in defense, and then that shifted to a 4-2-3-1 in attack where we were wide. Like we had tactics, we had a shape, and we have done the last 2 games. Like it's just at the end of the day, it's like Andrew said, it's the same thing I said after the West Ham game. It's fine margins. Like it's annoying and it does sound like an excuse, but it's the truth. It's literally
the tactic. There's one tactic right there was João Felix drop a little deeper and collect the ball. That was that's tactic right there.
Speaking of which, by the way,
you saw it multiple times. He dropped deeper, collected the ball. He's the best dribbler on this team by far. That's a dribbler, by the way, guys.
Oh my God, his dribbling today was phenomenal.
His passing is excellent, right? So that's the tactic right there. The tactic is to have Chilwell go past Mudryk. He's done that multiple times today. On the right hand side, I think it was hard for Reece to do anything on the right hand side because Ziyech kept dropping. But maybe that's a tactic as well. But the thing is this: we're now getting into CSI criticism, right? We're now getting into we need to dissect everything just to build my point that I don't like a manager or something like that, right? We need to do saying we need Potter to have tactics when you can clearly see over the last 2 games there was tactics, and but before that, I just don't know how to argue that, because it just doesn't. For me, it's like you're saying 2 + 2 = 5. To me, do you know what I mean? When you come out with a statement like that, and I like you, Scooby, because you're in her a lot, so I'm not gonna go off on you or anything like that. But it's just people see games differently, right? For me, I've seen tactics on this. Now, if we're going previous games like against Fulham or something like that, then we have a different argument, right? Because I don't know what was happening there. But last 2 games especially, I've seen what he's trying to do. For me, I don't know about anyone else. I thought we were far too open at the back. I thought we were far too open. We gave him a lot of chances.
True, actually. Yeah, we did give him a lot of chances.
Jem's right. Havertz should have had a pen. They didn't. I think they did check it, Jem. They just didn't give it. That's the thing.
He didn't touch the ball, so why did
it was the Sula one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah,
okay. Like how I understand it, like if you don't touch the ball and you clip him, surely it's a pen, right?
It was a reckless challenge as well, because it was from behind.
Yes.
Regardless of whether he got the ball or not, it was a reckless.
What alarmed me?
He didn't, Scott, though. I watched it from the replay.
No, I know, but I'm saying, Chris, that's a dumbass challenge to make. That's a dumbass challenge to make, regardless as a defender. You shouldn't be making that challenge.
Even if he gets the ball, he's going to have to go through Havertz to get the ball.
That's the same type of challenge. That's the same type of challenge that Tomori tried to do against Mount when he got sent off. It's the same type of challenge, and that went horribly for him. Sule got lucky in this game.
Well, like I said, the referee's a bozo.
Listen, I know.
Yeah, he was a bozo.
Scooby, I know you want to win more than 2 in 6 games. I am with you on that. But to come, I just want to just come out and say that you didn't see tactics or anything. I just can't. Yeah. I can't let that fly. Do you know what I mean? I can't go, oh yeah, well I agree or stuff like that. I saw the tactics today. The issue is with there's no issue with the tactics. It's all today is all about the finishing. It's nothing else but the finishing today. That is the highly critical bit. And that's not on Potter. That is on the players. Okay? You can blame Potter for other things. Absolutely fine. Like away to West Ham last week, and the changes and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But let's focus on this game and actually look at what we're dealing with today. We should have scored at least 2 or 3 goals. That's why I was laughing when I was hearing predictions today that we were going to win 3-1. I was like, what? Was going to be like a couple of own goals or something in there because the way we finished, we don't score more than 1 or 2. So,
yeah.
But the thing is, though, we should have known it. It's been like this for 5-6 years. Our finishing has always come back to haunt us. The only thing that stopped us being worse was at the back. We usually so much tighter. Pause. So you know, it's we usually don't concede, and that's the difference today. That thing doesn't happen, obviously, and we walk away with 0-0, and we're just going, damn it, we should have won this game 1 or 2-0 or something like that. But it's just one of those things.
Can I just say though, I need to call out someone here. Okay, so this is one of the brilliant moments. No. One of the brilliant moments that João Felix had, and this one right here, where he, first of all, what he does is what I wish Ruben Loftus-Cheek could do more often, which is drive the ball forward, and he does it so well. He does it so well, and he actually like does it at a good pace. And then the dribbling ability. Sits the guy down. That was just one of many brilliant moments. And you know who I gotta call out? Like,
who?
Ziyech found us.
Oh, he took down the tweet. What a fucking dickhead. All right.
What is it?
Is it who I think it was?
Who?
Who do you think it was?
Johnny.
No.
Ah, okay then.
Scott, who did you think it was?
Oh, I was gonna say Johnny. Yeah.
Daniel Childs. Can't wait until Mason Mount benches João Felix. Not gonna happen. You don't get that from Mason Mount.
I've said.
He actually took it down.
Yeah, he took it down because he's getting rinsed.
Oh, he was getting.
Yeah,
He's
getting
rinsed
today. He's getting rinsed about
getting
it.
rinsed for it.
Was that bad?
Hey, listen, he deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's a dumbass take. But yeah, he has been like. This is the thing. I said it earlier. He's been the best player like. In terms of attacker this season for us, like, and I put Sterling in there.
He's so brilliant.
Like, he is a level above everything else that we have. He is so far and away above everything else that we have. Like,
he's the last time I saw dribbling for like that is from Hazard, and I'm not saying they're the same type of player, but that's the same. Yeah. That's what.
Do you know what it is as well, Andrew? Because I was thinking that earlier. Do you know what it is about him that reminds me of Hazard? And again, I'm not saying he's on this level, but it's how easy he makes everything look. But when I look at some players, and this isn't necessarily aimed at who you think, but I look at some players we have in attack, and they look like they're trying too hard, or they make everything look difficult. He makes it look effortless, like that. There, that for any of anyone else on our attack, apart from maybe on their day Sterling or Pulisic or maybe Mudryk. I haven't seen it too much from Mudryk. Maybe one of those three. No one else does that. He makes it look effortless, and that he's a joy to watch. And I'll say as well, Enzo, today was, of the games I've seen of his worst game of the 3. And it was still, I'd say, a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. I just want to say this.
The level that we've got from these guys is it's on another planet. We went from dealing with guys that were putting up 3 out of 10s every week, and we've got guys that are putting out 7, 8, 9s out every week. I know it's only been 3 games, but it's just effortless, man. It's just absolutely effortless the way they do things.
Can't get away from us, Daniel Childs.
Just a couple of things. It's 85 in the chat. Give me some more likes, man. We're only 52.
Nearly 90 of you.
Also,
smash that like button.
Also, I want to get. We have had a request in
What's
the
up?
chat here. Marshall. Ziad wants to talk. Me and Scott talk about Ziyech. We'll do that after this, but we'll definitely.
Yeah, I've got some things to say.
Yes, I have. Got
okay.
Some things to say as
I
well.
don't even know.
Right.
Okay.
But
yeah, you guys.
two-fold hat on. As I say, you.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I'm happy to see Felix performing. Mudryk today. I think we mentioned it already. We talked about this. He needs to play more games and just find himself in fitness, better fitness. I think he's just got to get acclimatized and get used to the game and all that. I can't blame him too much. Chilwell was a breath of fresh air. Oh my God. It's really unfortunate that he's not match fit, because I would have loved to see him play the full 90, but he was really struggling towards the final 60 minutes there. But oh my God, just defensively, he was great.
I've just thought something. I think we're going to buy Felix in the summer, but we're going to use the amount of money that Liverpool pay us to buy him, which would be the sweetest thing.
That happens, bro. if that happens, I'm getting a Felix. Like I might get a
Felix.
Felix tattooed on myself. Like that's incredible if that happened.
Yo, that's going to be on the level of like Coutinho for Van Dijk and Alisson. Like,
that would be special. That would be incredible.
Let's go back safely, yeah?
I think that's the only way we actually get Felix if we like sell him, like maybe Mason Mount, because we've got to start selling players for sure. And
Yeah.
I don't think Mason Mount has a really room in this team because he's more of an attacker, right? Because that's how he's.
Well, the reports are we're going to be selling homegrown players to balance it all. So he definitely fits that criteria.
So Scott, you want to talk about Ziyech? I'll let you go.
What do you got? Okay, go ahead.
I said this backstage before we went live. I actually thought he had a good game. I thought that there was a couple times where his decision making let him down a lot. Like there was a chance right towards the end where he gets put through by someone, maybe Enzo, maybe someone else, and he should have squared it. Literally about 5 minutes early, he did the right thing and squared it, and I think someone missed the chance. I think it was, I can't remember who it was, but someone missed the chance. Should have squared it then, but I thought he had a good game. Like, I'll say this much, he was better than Mudryk. He was better than the guy on the other side.
Yeah.
And the fact that one is a guy that has come in and, isn't match fit, I understand, and hasn't played a lot of games, but came in with a big reputation, and one's a guy that people want to get rid of and claim hasn't been good enough. Like, I thought he had a good game, and it's like, this is the thing with Ziyech, is like that he has as much as people want him gone, and I get he does have a place in this team, like for moments like this, like in the Champions League and whatnot, especially with the team where we're at now. But yeah, I thought it was a good game. I thought most of the time he was assured in the ball. I thought his link up with Reece was good. I thought his link up with Felix as well was good. I don't really, apart from his decision making at times in the final third, I don't really have a complaint about Ziyech.
So here's the thing. Everyone knows how I feel about Ziyech. Everyone knows if I was Prem was there, because he would back me up. When he signed for us, I was so excited when he signed for us. But he's not on the top of my shit list after today's game. Okay, and that's probably saying something. Probably give him a 6.5 out of 10, maybe a 7 for performance. I got my crossfield ball that actually went to a player, so I got my.
I was actually going to say that. I think
got my tick off that, so that's what I needed. Listen, I think what he has to do is change his game up, because everyone knows he's going to switch that left foot and try and cross it and do something like that, because they blocked a lot of his crosses coming in, or a lot of his passes, and he needs to change his game up. Maybe, I know there's the new thing is to put wrong-footed players on the wrong side. Maybe try him out on the left. Do you know what I mean? And see what he does when he actually he can actually hit the ball first time instead of turning it back. I know he probably doesn't want to do that, but you know what? I would even try him in the middle instead of Kai Havertz.
Yeah,
I'm trying him in the middle. Yeah, I would try him.
He was a 10 before winger.
Yeah, well, but we saw it under Tuchel. Remember the few games under Tuchel when he played in the middle against Man City?
I was going to say, there was that Watford game where he played kind of like an 8/10, and he was really good. Like he was really good in that Watford game.
Because then you could play Mudryk on the left and Sterling on the right. Do you know what I mean? Two natural wider players that can go in, but and maybe he's got a pass. Maybe he's got extra time as well, where he can actually pop off and have a shot or something like that. I would just like to see that tried. Because, I thought Kai was okay today. I've seen him play much worse. Okay, I've seen him play much worse, and that's saying something. But just mix it up, especially now with Aubameyang not in the squad. You're gonna. And by the way, that was Wesley Fofana on the bench, guys, not the other Fofana. He's not registered for Champions League. Yeah. So we're not in the sheet. We're not in there. Okay.
There is one other.
All right, if you're going to do that, double apple, but you have to have the mint as well. Okay, no mintless. It has to be the mint. Double apple.
My God.
The one other positive I will say. Sorry to interrupt, Andrew. On Ziyech, and this was a negative I had about Mudryk in the game, and you could see it in the game based on how Dortmund attacked. Is this gets brought up a lot when it comes to like Mount and Havertz, and it does get overblown. But I thought that Ziyech, on a defensive standpoint, was very good in terms of he helped Reece James a lot. We saw that so much, especially in the first half and in glimpses in the second half, that Dortmund's attacks came mostly down the left-hand side because Mudryk refused to track his man, refused to drop deep, refused to So you had Wolf and you had Brandt doubling up on Chilwell so many times, and he was getting no support from Mudryk. And on the other side, say what you want about him in terms of everything else, Ziyech does that brilliantly with Reece. He supports him defensively so much, and it means that Reece is a great defender anyway, but he very rarely gets 2v1 anyway because Ziyech helps him so much.
By the way, another yellow card for Reece again, and he wasn't in trouble of getting the second one throughout. By the way, that was a bullshit yellow card he got in the first place.
That was a bullshit yellow card.
And the way that I don't want to go about the officials.
On the Ziyech thing too, like I think what was really nice for Ziyech in this instance was the fact that there was better players surrounding him, and when there's better players surrounding him, I think it unlocks him a lot more. You saw even the switch of play. Like I wasn't seeing that with Pulisic, but now that Mudryk is on the other side, I think he's more confident with switching to play because he has a more competent player on the other side that can probably have a better touch than Pulisic. Or I don't know why. And then you have Reece James behind him to support. Now onto the Mudryk thing. Like I get it. He should be tracking back. He should be supporting Chilwell. It would have been great, but I think that goes back to match fitness. I think if he's fit, I'm hoping when Mudryk is more fit, he'll be able to run the whole 90 and go back and defend and come back and attack again, especially if he's a counter-attacking player.
This is another comment. All right, I know you're right, man. Thank you for that. It's just, what is Potter's stuff? I saw first half a counter-attacking team playing like we were underdog. Both teams played counter-attacking. And by the way, when's the last time we played counter-attacking, by the way, guys? I just want to know. I didn't know when the last time we played counter-attacking. Yeah, exactly. So I listen, counter-attacking is fine. I don't know. There shouldn't be a negative about that. We weren't playing like underdogs. It was a very even game, okay? And I'm sorry.
Wait.
It wasn't even. It was in our favour. I wouldn't.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is that I think they had chances that they just didn't get on target, but they had the chances where they should have done better, right?
Right.
In terms of, but they got into the position to have them. We had the better chances because they looked closer to getting in and everything like that. But I just the thing I don't get is we've been screaming out for counter-attacking football and transition play and stuff like that, and we've seen it. So it's like, and anyway, move on. I'm just frustrated that people.
Okay, this comment right here, 3 games in a row after not having played barely any games this whole season. He's not match fit. Mudryk.
No. See, Mudryk has barely played in his league because you know the situation over there, and that's why I wouldn't say fitness. Well. I said sharpness. Sharpness for me. I said sharpness.
I think there's fitness in there too.
There's a difference between fitness and sharpness.
Yeah, I said sharpness, but I'm not sure if he's because I did say that earlier.
I think at this point I think he might be match fit. I don't know whether he's match sharp.
Well, JP, you want Mason Mount on the left? What do you want?
There was literally no one else.
Because Madureki's not registered and
not registered either.
We didn't have a single attacker on the bench.
I am fine. With him starting. I just got to go off from what I saw today. And again, I feel like I shouldn't need to clarify this, but I will. This isn't me saying that his career's done already or slating him like an idiot.
It's like patience.
The way that some idiots on Twitter. It's I've got to judge how he was on this game, and he was our worst player, arguably. It's him for me. But he wasn't good. He did have some nice passes. I don't know what it is, but he's got that. He's got that. I was going to say I don't know what it is because I can't remember. Was it for me?
It was last game.
Someone
game too.
I was going to say that there's a player I can't remember if it was Firmino or someone else who they got these I don't know what it is. He's got that reverse pass, that no look reverse pass. He's got that down to a T.
Yes,
he practiced that every day for his life.
He did that last game, and Havertz is offside.
But you see, you can no look and pass when you've got quality. That's the difference.
Exactly,
and you've got awareness of what's around you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you see the quality, you see the technicality, and it's it does look promising. So there can be something done with this team.
The only the biggest annoyance for me, and someone else mentioned it might have been Jimmy, it might have been someone else mentioned it earlier, is it's the stupid tricks and flicks and shit like that. If it's not going for you, do the basics. Yeah. Do the tricks and flicks when you're on form, when everything's clicking. Stop trying them when it's not working. We see someone me and Andrew were talking about Ziyech. he's not doing a lot of the tricks and flicks and flashy stuff, but he like this game, it was just the basics he's doing right. It's the same thing when we praised Mount after the Milan game, I think it was, or the Salzburg.
Yeah.
It's the basics he's getting right, and if you start getting the basics right and build off that, things just start coming more naturally. It's literally what I spoke about in terms of with Felix. It's like Felix is able to do that because it didn't look like he was forcing it. So much of what Mudryk was doing looked like he was forcing it, and it just wasn't clicking, and that was the annoyance. Then couple it in with the fact that he wasn't tracking back, and it left Chilwell massively exposed defensively. Like he just, I don't. It's a weird one because like I get the argument for like not being match sharp, but there's certain things that I think like match sharpness doesn't necessarily correlate. So I think the tricks and flicks thing, I just think that comes down to just, I don't think that's match sharpness. I just think that comes down to being an idiot.
I think Scott with his pace,
I find it
look up to sharpness like for that, because I see him a lot faster than that. Like he can run a lot faster than that.
I find it hilarious that you have to say not a Mount fan, just to distinguish yourself. Real quick before we go on, super chat here, but Matt's Debater, great name. $1.99. Thank you so much. The Maths Debater. The Maths Debater.
Let's say quick.
The mathematician debater. I have to put it. I knew. Okay, I have to put. Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna continue. We just can't score. That was a 3-0 for the taking. Yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't want to derail, but speaking on it, I do happen to have this up. One of the clearest chances of the game, and we were talking about this earlier. I just want to clarify what you guys think, if that was a good pass from Havertz or it was João Felix making the.
Oh yes, I want to see that.
Yeah.
It's been an hour. So I need to see it again.
Let's go.
Look, good on Havertz to hold it up.
Right
there, that touch. I don't think that's that much Havertz.
I think Felix makes that for himself.
I think Felix takes that chance for himself, man.
He takes it around. He takes it around the corner. Like when Havertz passes it to him there, he's blocked, but Felix takes the first time touch around the guy.
You see what I'm saying?
Like that.
I think that's nice from Kai, because he's like the two players on Kai. He's tucking both on, and then
he didn't even through ball. He just passed it good to Felix.
Yeah, but he can't.
It's good that he did it, but
if he threw ball,
he didn't create a chance. I know, but he didn't create the chance for Felix. Felix made it for himself.
No, see, this is what he did for me. He those two players on him. He's dragging them out, then passes it, and then all Felix has to worry about is one player, and he took it around him. And it's really nice by Felix, taking them on and everything, and almost scoring. But he had he just couldn't finish today.
I just wouldn't call the Havertz thing a chance. I think Felix, the touch makes that.
That's what I mean.
I'm not saying he created a big chance.
That's more on Felix.
You said earlier before it was a chance. That's why I'm.
No, I think it is
or not even you, just the chat in general.
Because if you freeze it when Felix receives the ball, there's no way he can score from that.
I was gonna say, Havertz does well there, to find the pass the way it
passes.
He does well.
Yeah. Let's not discredit that.
He does well, but most of that comes from Felix's own creativity. Most of that is Felix. That's 70-30 towards who created that chance. 70% Felix.
Would you call it a half chance then? Because he the two players on him, he's holding two players with him. Then
I was gonna when he receives the ball, that's a half chance. Excuse me, at best.
If I'll put it like this: if João Felix would have scored, I wouldn't have given Havertz the assist. Do you understand why?
I don't understand why, but I want to know.
Because João Felix has had to do so much to create that goal. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
I know what Andrew means. I'd have acknowledged the assist. I would have given most of the praise to.
Yeah,
Felix.
I wouldn't have.
That was big on that.
Someone would have come up on the screen and gone, "Yeah, but Kai Havertz got an assist," and that was it. I would have literally purged you from society.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is the second one that hits the post, by the way.
Yeah, people use that as an actual.
I thought that's the first one.
In his
or
maybe the first. I don't remember.
To a lesser extent, it's like praising the guy that passed it for Ankara Messi. To a lesser extent.
Yes. It's a bit.
What an assist! No.
Do you remember the Maradona 86 goal against England?
Yeah.
Yes.
If they get whoever passed it to Maradona gets the assist. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. It's like that. It's just stupid.
Well,
I don't know why that this is my version of that, or this is the goal I always think of when I do that. But do you remember that goal Pogba scored for United against Fulham, where Bruno passed it like 5 yards and Pogba slapped
I
it?
remember
top
that.
in?
And people say,
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
that.
I've got
It's like that Bruno
the perfect one because it impacted my FPL. I got assist points from him. But remember last season, Trent scored a free kick against West Ham, right?
Yeah.
But Salah just rolled it to him 2 yards.
Oh
And he
my
got an assist
god.
from it. Yeah, and it's down in the records as an assist.
Yeah,
That's
So,
unbelievable.
that's a good
And
example.
I couldn't believe it. I got assist points on FPL from it because I wasn't expecting. I was like, shit.
it's kind of like that, yes.
Oh, also, who can forget? Reece James was on fire today. Reece James' run into the box early in the game. Oh,
Can I just say he gets better defensively? He gets better defensively.
Oh, he's phenomenal. Even
He's
attacking
working on
wise,
that
he gets
side of his
better.
game, which I like. And his maturity
Like that
as
run,
well.
that run all the way from the
after
deep
yellow
end.
card.
Yes.
And the maturity after the yellow card as well.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
done that
which-
before, though. That's the thing. This
Yeah, he
is
did
nothing
against Real
new.
Madrid. Remember in the second
This
leg
is nothing new.
when he
He's
pocketed
brilliant.
Vinicius. So it's all
If
good.
I can find his, let me see if I can
Yeah,
find his
that-
Reece
that
James
pocket-
run.
that-
That
is
was
a
legendary.
you can't
Big
let
pockets because Leao's in there twice as well. So it's all good.
Now, what I liked about James today is he was coming a lot more inside. I felt he was supporting the midfield. He was giving Ziyech that wing to really just do his thing because that's the way Ziyech likes to play. But there was link up as well. So
that he was doing that in the last game as well. Like him and Kukurea, I've noticed that. Like, I think what Potter wants is one of the fullbacks to be inverted. Like, it doesn't really matter which one. It depends on which one's going to get more forward than the other one inverts. Because like you saw in this game, Chilwell was getting forward a lot more. So Reece then inverted, whereas in the last game, like it didn't work quite as well because like how bad Kukurea played. But Kukurea you could see was inverting a lot more because Reece was being the one that was bombing up and down. Like you can see that this is what I'm saying, like, and what Andrew's saying, like, even though there's still a way to go, there's at least a basis. Like you can see the bones of like a way of playing in a system.
Yeah, there's
It's
something
like
there.
it's something that's going to progress. It's just the annoying thing is it's where we are currently in terms of the wins. I think is the worst thing. I think if the win record looked better, for example, say we won like, let's say 8 or 9 out of 14, I think that the voice around how we were playing or the opinions on how we were playing would be a lot different because you can see that there are positives or that we are still getting results and wins, but also you can give time to like let that develop. Whereas at the moment, like it's kind of a case of if we're going to have more games like this where we play really well but we ultimately don't get the win, the like winless record is just going to go on and on and on, and then you do get to a point where it's like how much further can you go with that? Like it's all well and good, like I like us playing well, but at some point you do have to like get that result, which I'm hoping is going to be this weekend. Like I'm sorry, without a manager, that they are the worst team in the league. Like they haven't got a manager.
I'm just thinking though, looking in the future, if we do get Felix and Kuku coming in, I don't see us buying a number 9. I really don't.
I think we will, because I think that.
You really think so as well?
Yeah.
Do you really?
I mean,
I
do you
think
remember
they want a number 9. I think they want a number 9 like that's a different type.
I don't think it'll be like a real like a big like expensive number 9 though.
No, I'm not saying it will. I
think
genuinely
it will, though.
I can see us going and getting someone like a.
You guys remember earlier in the season the links to Yusuf Moukoko?
I think he signed a contract extension.
He signed a contract.
That was son of a bitch. Never mind.
Yeah, but that was on a Marshall. But that was on a free. Or that was going to be like a bit of money to get him earlier.
You guys don't think we would go back for him?
Saying that, I did say no.
It is youth.
I would test Brentford's resolve.
Yes, so would I.
Tony.
Oh, I mean, true. Or
The way I look
Vlahovic.
at the striker, I see us going one of two directions. I either see us going and getting someone like a Vlahovic who will be fairly cheap, or someone of that ilk, someone who's not going to cost you that much, who you can have as the backup.
Yeah.
Or they're going to try and test Napoli's resolve. Those are the two options I see.
Oh,
you're either going to see what you can do with Napoli for Osimhen, or you're going to go for like a cheap option.
Do you
I
know
don't
what?
see it.
Sorry, Scott. Do you know what? This might sound scandalous, but I'd take Tony over Osimhen.
So would I.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I don't think. A lot of people have been saying that.
He's got 14 league goals in his second season already.
Yeah.
For Brentford, He's got 14 already in his second season. Yeah,
and the amazing thing about that as well is that people, when Tony scored a lot of goals last season, people put it down to Eriksen. He's not there anymore.
Yeah, and so one season wonder.
He's still
sustaining it.
With the thing about Tony as well, and it comes back to something else that I've like with players like for example what Felix has done. Look at what he does for the players at Brentford, the likes of Mbeumo, the likes of Wissa when he plays up top with him. He makes the other guys around him better as well. Like he just makes them look better as well. Like they are like all good players, but he just makes them look better. Like Osimhen's had a great season. He's been quality. But yeah, like I'm sorry, I'm taking Tony over him. That's not to say that Tony's necessarily a better player, but I think he might be a better fit. And I just
also we've been there and done that with 100 million Serie A strikers. I don't know about that.
It's a cliched word, especially with like football Twitter at the moment. But Tony just has that aura, man. There's something about him, the way he plays. Yeah. Like when I'm watching him, the way he plays, like there's just something about him. It's like unexplainable. It's just, yeah, he's just got it.
Do we not have any reservations over his charges?
That's the only thing. If they came out tomorrow and said he only has like a 2-month ban, if he has anything, I'll put it this way: if he has anything 6 months or less, I'm paying that money tomorrow.
Yeah. By the way, if he does get anything more than what people get for racist comments, I'm going to be pissed. So you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, anything less than 6 months, 6 months or less, I'm paying that money. I don't care. Like that, I'm happy having him off for like a few months. When he comes back, it's like we have him back. Like,
yeah.
The only reservation I would have is because of the charges, and so I'd wait and see what they say, and then depending on what they say, if it's under 6 months or under, if they give him a fine, go and pay the money. If it's anything, if you're looking at a year, potentially longer, yeah, probably not.
So, I mean, on the topic of the whole game, pretty much, I think we pretty much touched on everything. I think we're about to wrap it up, but I will say,
positive stream. I think
there is actually. There is one other player I want to talk about. Actually, I know we kind of dragged him for the goal. I just want to like give props to Kepa because like there was a couple moments in this game where he made some really nice saves, and I think just in general this season, like he's turned himself around massively, considering where he was, considering like. Yeah, the perception around him. Like, I still think you can upgrade on him, and we still need to in the summer. But like this season, he's been quality. For sure. Like, I can't really fault him this season. Like, he still makes a couple of errors, but that's just him. But he has been, like, he has managed to turn his season and his kind of Chelsea career for the most part around. Like,
barring the crosses, like you know, like open play, but like you know, corners and everything. I've noticed he's actually like being more brave and like coming out and catching it or punching it. Like he used to never do that under like. For example, Lampard, he just always stay on that line. So he's definitely got to gain some more confidence, I can see. But yeah, like I do agree with Scott. Like we probably do need to like try to look for like competition maybe because we might probably still keep him with another keeper and maybe he can be better than Kepa. But Kepa has definitely had some great games this season for us as well. Saved us the game with Villa.
Listen, I'm glad he's built himself up. Maybe that's more suitors, but I need a number one goalkeeper. He's
world beater.
I was going to say that's the thing. I still want to
upgrade. I just get maybe a scout.
But that's
I just need to give him his
flowers. I
like
the Dortmund goalkeeper tonight. I liked him.
Gregor Kobel was very good. Yeah, but yeah, it's more like, as I said, I still think we need to upgrade, but I just want to give him his flowers because I think they're deserved.
Yeah, I totally agree, but hopefully that builds him up because remember he's still got 2 years left in his contract this summer. So
7 long years.
So actually, on the topic of giving players flowers, do we want to give Ruben Loftus-Cheek flowers for at least being decent for 2 games in a row, not shit like everyone's been saying this whole season?
He's not been shit, and also this is the thing. Like we talk about guys that come back. I'll say we talk about guys that come back from injury and they take a while to come back. This guy's come back and like he's come back and slotted in perfectly fine. Like he looks very complimentary to Enzo. Like most of the time, there's still the odd moments, but like it's been very good from the pair of them. Like and
obviously he's not my first choice, right? But he's doing a job, you know.
100%. But this is the games like this and the way he's played basically since he's come back is the exact reason why I'm fine keeping him next season. He's not on massive wage in the grand scheme of things. He wants to stay at Chelsea. Like you're not going to get a big fee for him, like maybe 10, 15 mil max, considering his age and stuff. Like, I'm fine keeping him as like a 4th or 5th choice midfielder, maybe even 6th choice midfielder.
You know what he reminds me of? Obviously, not in the levels wise. Obviously, skill levels. John Obi Mikel was much better, but he reminds me of the role that John Obi Mikel served for the club, where John Obi Mikel would always come in as a backup until we didn't have any more midfielders, but he would come in as a backup, play just about any position. Where he was needed.
I can see
a utility role.
Yeah, I'd rather keep him going forward than some of the other midfielders we've got. I'd rather keep him than Mount, Gallagher. Like, almost at this point, and again, this is not based on like ability. It's based on what I'm seeing on the football pitch. Depending on who we bring in the summer, I'd have a debate about keeping him over Kovacic. Because if Kovacic is going to continue at the form he's been at, the thing is, as I said, it comes down to form. If Kovacic continues at the form he's been at prior to his most recent injury, I'm sorry, he's been arse. He's been garbage. If he pulls his finger out, then we'll have a different conversation. But I'm going off form right now. He's been garbage, and I need to see more from him. Because if he continues at the rate he was going at, he can leave in the summer.
True. Yep. I mean, I feel I agree with you on the Ruben Loftus-Cheek. The thing is, like, the amount of people that were slandering him and saying, "Oh, he's ass." Even you had Ahmed here. I don't know how serious he was doing it, but he said he'd rather Mason Mount than Ruben. Which, listen, Ahmed, I'm not gonna let you live that down. But it's just the amount of players just slandering him because they remember the bad games. Obviously, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is not great at anything. He's just good at most things. But I'm not in a rush to sell him. If a club, if he decides to stay, good. He wants to stay at the club. But if a club comes in with a good offer, he can go. He can go. And I think that's the way we should go about it.
I think in the role that he plays within the team and within the squad right now, my only problem with him is his salary. 150 is too much for what he provides. Other than that, I don't really care.
I guess. I mean, when you have other players that are starters on like the 200 and upwards range, I don't know if 150 is too bad, but I see where you're coming from. But I think he does have a good role where he comes in.
We got Mudryk on like 97. Mudryk's on like 97k or something. Badia Shield was on under 100. Think about that.
No, Zachariah and Cobbett didn't come on today. They didn't.
No, they didn't come on. I was going to say, that's apart from the game today. That's the only real. Yeah, that's the only real complaint I have about Potter about the game today is I would have liked one of those guys to come on. Not necessarily because I thought they would have changed the game, but more because I wanted to see them get minutes. That's the only negative I have on Potter this game. The only negative, like the Aubameyang thing, I think you kind of do you have made yourself look a little bit silly. With the fact that we've got no other striker, and especially with this game, but like as Andrew mentioned earlier, it's like that's done now. We can't really complain, or like we can't really like go back and like rewrite history. So, like, the only real complaint I have about this game is the subs. Like when I say the subs, one of those two guys didn't come on.
Yeah. So, one last thing I want to talk about. All right, this is I guess a good topic. Next game, Southampton. If we don't get a win, how do we feel about Potter?
I don't trust him.
That won't be good enough.
I have to. Now, it sounds like a cop-out. I'm sorry. I have to see the game. I have to know what... I do.
True. You have to see the performance on the pitch.
If we list the Potter but have 9 men, 2 men incorrectly sent off and the VAR decision go against us,
right?
And then, but still with this finishing issue, then, But all this, listen, let's be serious. Okay, without that sounds like a cop-out. I'm going to cop back in. We should be beating Southampton no matter what form we're in.
Yeah, 100%.
And we beat them, yes, we beat them last year. We were in crap form. We beat them 6-0. We were in shit form.
Timo balling out.
May I also put this out there? Yeah. Tuchel did have the same issue when he started at Chelsea with the lack of finishing, but we still managed to scrap wins.
Yeah, but that's because we had
throwing that in the ring.
The defenders bailing us out. That's why scoring. So
Kurt Zuma,
Kurt Zuma. But I'm just saying we don't have that. We don't have that currently at the moment because we're playing 4-4-2 or 4 whatever. We have
it's a 4-3-1.
But I don't. But back to the original, what you're saying, we should be beating Southampton no matter what. If
right now, there's a lot of pressure on Potter.
Even what Andrew said,
There'll be more pressure on him if we don't win that game.
Yeah, there'll be a huge amount of pressure, and I don't know if I trust him at all.
Yeah, what Scott said before. I mean, you look at it statistically, it doesn't look good. 2 out of the last 14 games, only 2 wins.
It doesn't.
It's not even that. You're talking about a team that doesn't even have a manager, like a proper manager. They are bottom of the table. They are nigh on relegated. Like they're getting relegated this season.
Dude,
they lost to 10-man Wolves.
Dude,
they went through 2 managers this season, right?
Yeah, what happened to that?
Yeah, Hasenhuttl
and now they sacked this Nate Jones, right?
Yeah,
Christ.
I don't even know why they sacked him. They bought championship players. I don't even know why they sacked him. They're preparing for a championship already.
No, to be fair, they did it
last season.
No, Andrew, that's the thing. The recruitment that they did in the January transfer window was actually really good. That's what's wild. Is if they
young players.
No, it's the summer window.
Yeah, no, the summer window is summer window is where they screwed up. The January window just gone. They signed some good players. They got Orsic coming in.
Right.
They got
Alcaraz. They signed Alcaraz as well.
Yeah, they got Alcaraz, who looks like a decent player. They got that big, huge striker from Belgium, that 6'8" guy. But yeah, it's an annoying one because like we should be winning. Like there should be no excuses. We should be winning, but it's like we should have won today, and it's just our pathetic finish.
This one today, I can kind of forgive it because you don't have Fofana and you made the mistake of Oba not being in the squad. But in the Premier League, you have the options. I think after this game, I've already been this way, but this one was a nail in the coffin for me. I really, really don't want to see Havertz in that lineup anymore. Like I really am sick and tired of it. Before I was saying, all right, let's see what how he meshes with Mudryk and Madueke and all that. Enzo, maybe he'll look better. Today, he just broke every time Havertz got the ball. He just broke down the attack because he's too slow. He's just too sluggish on the ball.
I would mix it up. I'd probably bring Madueke back, and I might even rotate Mudryk on the bench for this.
If you're not going to play Oba, then play Fofana. I just don't.
Right. You could go with a Fofana up top and maybe have Havertz and Felix off him or something like that. I don't know.
I just can't see Havertz on the pitch anymore. Like,
I don't either. I want to hear what they say about Sterling, how close he's coming back as well.
In the Premier League, Potter doesn't have any more excuses for playing.
Maybe start one of Kovacic or Zakaria as well, or at least get them introduced in the game, give him some minutes. Interested to see what Chilwell's thing is. I tell you what, if he's got another injury, he's out long term as good as he was today. I really am going to think about selling him.
But on this one, I got to put it on Potter because he was really running him down to the ground.
Yeah, he should have taken him off earlier because you could see he was getting tired. And
he was tired by the 60th minute. By the 55th minute, he was gassed.
Yeah.
I get it. You don't, maybe Cucurella's a little questionable right now.
Really, Ruben started getting, and then he had sort of a late flurry at the end. So it was like,
do you know what it's like with the game on Saturday? There are 2 games which, from the majority of the supporters, you cannot lose. You can't even. You have to get a win. It's this game and the Spurs game. Like you can.
This comment is fantastic. I'm sorry.
For the most of the other games, right? You can almost like look past the result, right? Depending on how we play. But the Spurs game, and especially this game on Saturday or Sunday, whichever day it is, like we can't not win.
The Spurs game for me. We always turn up in, but if we don't, that's just because we turned up when we played shit earlier this season and should have won. When we played shit then.
We should have won.
Now just go back to Oldro's comment, 600 million. Let me just add the maths to the players that we bought that started today. It was 600 million. So we had Koulibaly, Enzo, and Mudryk that started after 600 million, and João Felix was alone. So we were missing what? So that's what 100 and that's barely over 200 million. So but
is that even what we spent in January? I don't think we're paying that much in January.
That's overall. Exactly.
That's overall. But the thing is, it's what people like to hit a pot that he spent 600 million when he didn't, and you know, it's just like saying that. Okay, so did all of the players that we bought play in this game today? No. There was Koulibaly at the back, came in because Balotelli is not registered for Champions League. We had Mudryk Stein, Enzo Stein, and João Felix, who's on loan. So what do you want to say now? Because Mudryk wasn't there. Who else? Fofana wasn't there. Who else? Who else am I missing? Gusto's loaned back to Lyon. Who else? Sterling's injured. And Cuckoo's
Chris, I don't think Cuckoo is included in that 600.
Exactly.
Yes, he is. Isn't he?
No, he's not. He's not included.
I don't think so.
That's summer money. But what I'm saying is that's just a blanket statement to say that 600 million. You know, we should be doing this. We should be doing that. I agree with you. That I need to see improvements, and I'm starting to see that.
But I'm not gonna lie. Old Joe, big up to you, because our only Copian is Potter coach to win actually cracked me up.
Yeah.
I think that's a funny line.
Yeah, like I'm just going back to the game quickly at the weekend. Like, if we don't win, that might be the breaking point for most of the fan base. If it isn't,
I'm not gonna lie to you, boys. Even for me, if we can't win against Southampton and I see Havertz on that pitch, I might have to just. I might just.
It won't be the end for me. Like I've already said, that like I'm giving him till the end of the, unless like. The only thing that was going to change my mind about not giving him to the end of the season is if he persisted with the same idiots. And like he has shown that apart from Havertz, he's willing to drop the others. Like he's willing to like drop Mount and whatnot. And I am starting to see a basis of like the way of playing.
Oh, Jake, you just put in there if cover play today we wouldn't consider. How do you know that?
We don't know.
We don't know. Come on, man. Come on.
Why? Because
you don't know.
Because Kovacic is one of the quickest players.
And you know what?
I think he's slower than Enzo. So why?
Guess what? RHH. Guess what? If we didn't concede, we would have drawn. So who gives a shit? We wouldn't have won.
No, you can't put down Enzo. Enzo did pretty much everything.
Enzo did everything.
He was jockeying that player. He's put in a tough situation with caught on a counter attack, and he's hopefully relying on another.
And also on Enzo too. When you put him with a better midfield like a Conte would be my first choice. He probably plays a lot better too. By the way, it's going to be crazy how much better we're going to be. But on to what Scott was saying, I personally. This is one of the things that you mentioned, persisting with the same idiots. In the Premier League, you don't have an excuse anymore. You saw what Havertz did today. What he provided for you was just that one little assist that was barely an assist that we just discussed. He needs to be benched. I'm done. He breaks down the fluidity of the attack. Try Fofana. Try Aubameyang. Try something else. And then we can go from there.
I agree.
If you persist with Havertz and we lose, I think I'm out. I think I'm out in the summer.
I agree. For the league games, I don't want to see Havertz a lot.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't need to play. Bring Aubameyang back in, bring Fofana back in, whatever you want to do. That's where you need to start using these guys. You need to rotate, stuff like that. Try different stuff, Ziyech in the middle, or Sterling in the middle, or something like that. But yeah, I'm just.
It just takes me back.
If we don't beat Southampton, you're going to see a different reaction to me right now. People might be going, "What are you talking about right now?" If we don't beat Southampton, you will see me have a different reaction.
Oh yeah, I'll be livid. We'll be back in hell, boys.
I don't care what form. I don't care what form we're in. We should not be dropping points to Southampton. And when I say, I'm not accepting a draw either. By the way, I'm not accepting that either. I'm not accepting.
Well, that's still dropping points. Yeah.
I'm not accepting it. Even if we're 2-0 down. Even if we're 2-0 down, I expect us to win 4-2.
But and on top of that too, like I know maybe I should be back in the manager and all that stuff. Look, I want Havertz out of this team at this point now too. After that performance I saw today, I'm ready for Havertz to leave Chelsea. It's not good. It's not going to work out. Stop. But it's also the manager who keeps persisting with this player, and that's where I lose my nerve. You finally decided to drop Gallagher and Mount. You see performances improve. Are you not competent enough to see what could happen if Havertz gets dropped? What are we here? When we hit 2 out of 20, Andrew. maybe. Well, hopefully it's 3 out of 20 after.
Hey, Josh, when we beat Southampton, I want you on this stream bigging up Potter's tactics.
Yes, please. Yes. But yeah, I don't know if anyone wants to add to the Southampton game. I guess we can go do some predictions because we won't be back on stream until after that game. So. Fucking A, man. Southampton, Chelsea. Full, more fit squad than before. Fofana, like the defender Fofana will actually be available for that. He might actually get some minutes. Who knows? There's a few positives. Kovacic hopefully back. Zakaria back for that game. I really think we should be winning that game 2-0.
Yes,
2-0.
That's a verbal commitment right there.
2-0 for the Southampton game. That's my prediction, boys. Chris, go ahead.
If Fofana plays,
The mighty Southampton.
I believe we should give people like Fofana a chance in that game and strike. And if we have an actual proper striker, I think we can maybe win 3-0, and Fofana can maybe show Potter why he should be starting.
Scooby, goddammit. I just think it's funny when you put it in that way. Oliver, what about you?
In my opinion, we should be winning this game by more than 2-0. But it is impossible to have chest when you're talking about Chelsea. So I'm going to agree with you and say 2-0.
That's true.
God, how you feeling about this?
3-0. Like anything. I'm like it sucks.
If
like
Fofana starts, right? 3-0 Fofana starts.
I don't really care like who starts. Like I'll wait.
If it's Havertz.
I'll wait and see like what the lineup is, and I'll kind of judge it then. But like, regardless of what the lineup is, like 3-0. Like as I said, this is the worst team in the league. We have no manager, no permanent manager, I should say, who have like their squad is just, especially defensively, is a mess. If some of these players can't score or perform well against that defense, then there's no hope. There's no hope for them, and there might be no hope for Potter. Like it's 3-0. It's got to be 3-0. Like I'll accept 2-0.
Let's have it right.
I prefer 3-0. Like if we scrape, even I tell you what, even if we scrape a 1-0 win, that's almost as bad as a loss.
Not good enough.
Yeah, you're right. It's not good enough. That I agree. Listen, this is no confidence. I'm no confidence that we'll even score 2 goals. I'm going 2-0, but I don't know if we can even get 2 goals at this moment in time. I expect us to win, even though we're finishing issues. I expect us to win. I'm sorry, I just do. Maybe people are going, you know, what you be saying?
Stop it. Stop it. You guys chatter bastardly.
Hey, the also the thing is, it's a 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. 3 p.m.
Yes,
in the UK.
no on TV. I want it that way.
It's 3 p.m. kickoff. So you're taking Havertz backstage, Josh. Yeah, give a good kick in. The thing. Yeah.
Let's go backstage then. Yeah, we'll go backstage.
Wait, 3 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah,
I need to see what
10
time
a.m.
that is for
time.
me.
10 a.m.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
God. As long as it's not 7:30 in the morning. Fuck's sake. This is so brutal.
No, that's only
And
when
then
it
you
starts
watch them
12:30.
lose, and then you watch them perform how they played last time. Oh no, fuck no, I'm done.
That's how you turn Marshall Potter out. Let's lose to Southampton at 12:30.
Yeah, let me lose sleep and then lose to Southampton at 12:30. Oh no, horrible. But you know what I haven't done in a while? I haven't gone over the poll. I always forget to go over the poll. You guys voted, 133 of you. The poll is: did we deserve the win? Because I didn't want to say Potter out again. So 133 of you voted. 72% of you said yes, we deserved the win. Look, I think it's progress. I think we're making progress in the right direction. I think I just really need to see Havertz drop now. As someone who loves Havertz, is his favorite player on the team, he is not up to par anymore. I am done with it. Potter, you really should not have dropped Oba, but it is what it is. We are where we are. It happens, but we move. Any final words before we close this out, ladies and gents? Or, there's no ladies here. I mean, if you are a lady,
1.7k subs.
Let's do it.
3 new
Yes.
subs today. So thank you very much. So let's get that going. 2k.
By the way, thanks to Chris's.
2k, right? Maybe do like
why
Q&A
not?
or something like that.
Who knows?
Oh,
you never know what can happen at 2K, ladies and gents. That's life, exactly. RHH, it's just life. But
That's
big
life.
up to Real Chris. Big up to Real Chris for becoming a member.
Who's Real Chris?
This guy
took the
right here.
bitch to do because I had to re-sign into like a new account.
Because you don't have it set up. You don't have it set up. That's why.
Yeah.
So big up to Chris. Chris, because of you, now we have another emoji we can use for the next stream. Who knows what emoji it'll be?
The game. It's just voting yes anyway.
I have to rewatch it. But All right, ladies and gents, don't forget, you can become a member. There are 4 tiers available for membership. You get to unlock the emojis plus other perks that will be coming out as, you know, the channel grows and all that stuff. But it is the beginning, humble beginnings. There's plenty of emojis to come out, and that'll be fun for you guys to enjoy. Make sure you are liking the video. Smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. About 60% of you watch the video and you don't subscribe. Hey, it's free 99. It's free 99. You don't want to be a coward. So big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to Real Chris. Big up to Oliver, Andrew, and Scott for being here in the panel. Like I said, guys, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Don't miss our future stream. We'll be back again for the Southampton game review. And make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about today's video, stream, game, all that stuff. Just, you know, vent out your emotions in the comments.
Thank you, Carlito.
We're gonna go ahead and raid. We're gonna go ahead and raid Flawless as usual. Make sure you say what's up to him and let him know that you came here from the Casuals. And we'll catch you guys over there. Have a good night and stay casual. Peace.